G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'll be Nat, this will be my Knackers Yard. They're still tearing up my road, so it's going to be noisy, but yeah, what am I going to be up to? So I have we are still on Mick, we are still on the XJ650. I have given the off camera because it's dull. They've had a sloosh out, so they are considerably cleaner with a bit of a degreaser. Ditto with the basket itself, probably needs another go, but I've got rid of the vast majority of that rust and crap that was loitering within there. Again, just degreaser and a toothbrush, occasionally with a metal one, just to go around that plate to see what I could get, but it's considerably better than was, considerably so. I've got all of the friction plates and the clutch plates apart, so I left them in soak in oil over a couple of nights, and then just put a little bit of a wedge between them, and they popped open. They are pretty hideous though. I have ordered new ones. I've bitten the bullet and just bought a new set. Obviously they're going to take a while to get there, but I just want to see if I can, if you can salvage them. A few of the guys, I was quite surprised actually. I expected a lot of people just did their toast, just get rid of them, but a few people saying no, you can clean those up, they'll be serviceable, if not actually great. I've had a bit of a dig at a couple, generally on the plates, on the metal plates, spring plates, metal plates, can't remember. If you've still got the dimples, you're generally okay, and I have measured those. They are, one, considerably cleaner, and two, just within spec, literally just, sort of 0.1 mil, still in spec. So today I'm going to clean them out. What I'm going to do is have at these. I've been using my little paint removing pad, and actually it's pretty good on a very simple drill. I do have one for a flat one for my angle grinder, but my angle grinder is really quite aggressive. I just think that might be too much. It might just whittle away too much, but I don't know. I'll see how I go. Might try it. I mean, fundamentally, I've got replacements coming anyway. I just want to see if I can salvage them as much as anything else. The actual clutch plates themselves, they're just hanging up drip drying here. Get rid of the last of the oil. There's still a fair amount of meat on them. I just want to see if I can clean them off. So a few of you guys were suggesting just some old petrol and a scrubbing brush, which obviously has the advantage that it will evaporate away and not directly contaminate any oil that I put in the bike. I know it's daft, but I am going to clean these off, put them back in, and put oil back in the bike. I have got the world's cheapest oil, so I don't feel like I'm burning money. Not the most environmentally safe way of doing it, but hey, yeah, whatever. Right, I'm going to get these split up, get them dried off, and then make up a little bit of a petrol bath and give them a scrub, see what happens. If the camera's shaking, it's because it's fucking freezing. Right, so got some old fuel, always worth keeping. Let's try and find one that's quite rough. There we go. So a little bit of a before shot. Cheapest brush I could find. This is achieving a great deal, but kind of way to go. It's still changing colour, so it's getting something, I think. Obviously I don't want to go too abrasive because I'll just tear the the paddock. I think that's better. There's the odd lump. I might just have to screwdriver off. I mean, this is proper butchery. It really is. They will get replaced. They are on order. Yeah. Alright, one down. Let's work my way through the rest of these. I'll probably just fast forward here, but obviously I'm doing this away from my garage in the grass, away from sparks. Or anything that could spark. Keep the dog away. Right, about halfway through, and it's going quite well actually, I have to say. There's three that are really quite cruddy that I've gotten soak for two reasons. One, they probably need a bit of a soak. I have gone to a little metal brush actually, that's just not got the balls to do it. Yeah, so missed one. Just leaving them to leave the fuel to evaporate out before they get another soak in oil. Yeah, leaving those to soak for two reasons really. One, they just need a bit more of a bit more gousing, I think, more than anything else. Also, my hands are freezing. Obviously, you've got your hands in fuel. Obviously, I'm wearing gloves, but get your hands in fuel and it's evaporating off, and it's cold, so my hands are proper chilly. So I'm going to go inside, get a cup of tea, and re-attack in a bit. Right, there we go, that's all done. In some cases they're that heavily crudded that I've had to get a trusty little blade and literally just skim around. Try not to take too much meat off them at the time. So I'll stick those out of the way. They can, say dry out, evaporate away. Now time to get on with these bad boys, and I think, seeing how much I've had to scrape at the friction plates, yeah, first approach might just be, I'm not sure how much you can see here, just scrape the worst off them before I have at them with the old pad. Right, I'm bent over here. I'm going to go and do that somewhere slightly more comfortable. Right, so a little bit of a before and after. So I've still got the dimples, so they're still usable, but we'll see. I have gone for the angle grinder. I'm just being gentle. Top tip, wear a glove. Ask me how, I know. Yeah, so set up on my bin as usual. Right, noise alert, nah, turn down the volume. Right, so things to note, I still need to do the edge. This does create a vacuum that pulls that up, which is a pain in the ass. I'm using basically the weight of the grinder itself. It's quite heavy. It's quite a big one, that one. But what I'm not doing is pushing down, because I still want the dimples to indicate the wear. Otherwise, there's no hope, because it's going to be too thin. Right, I'm going to rattle through the rest of them. Right, So I think we're pretty much done for the day. Now what I have here is the cheapest oil in the world. It should be 1030, but I didn't have any. But this will do for what I'm doing it for. It's not going to get run a lot, and this is probably only going to get run through. But this is like, I think 11 quid a litre, something like that. It's ridiculously cheap, but it is shit. But it's not end state by any stretch of the imagination. And for what I'm using it for, i.e. proving this engine, hopefully proving this engine, it's more than good enough. So I need to leave these to soak ideally overnight, and actually works quite nicely because I'm going to go do stuff with the kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 first. So that's what I've ended up with on the clutch plates. There's a lot of meat left on them. They're just mucky, so they need a good soak. I've had the petrol in them. So obviously you don't need to soak the plates. That said, they're not absorbent at all, but they've just been scrubbed down. If I just leave them now, they're going to rust. So why wouldn't you? Wagamama's pop helps. So just looking at the condition they actually come up in. Let's give you a bit of a zoomage. There we go. Ooh, Stargate. So I just want to make sure they get a nice layer of oil between them, and I'm not just trapping them on top of each other. Give them the best hope they can for whatever they can achieve. Yeah, not too bad. Still got dimples, so they've still got a bit of weight to them. Anything that doesn't, I'm not going to chuck this oil away once this is done. This is the oil that's going to go back into, it's not been in it yet, it's going to go in the bike. So not too bad. Chaps, those that said that I could get away with scrubbing them down, you might be right, but time will tell. I've only ordered cheapy ones. It looks like there's a lot of transfer across from the from a 900 diversion on this bike, and actually so engineering I think took the front end off one as well. So, you know, there's a fair amount of crossover between the two bikes, which makes me feel good because I used to love my diversion. Brilliant, brilliant bikes, massively underrated, as generally seem to be most shaft-driven bikes, frankly, because they're not as nippy. Right, I'm going to cover that up so I don't kick it over, but that'll do me for this video. Next video, come on Nat, update your language. This upload, next one we'll be putting all this back together. That'll do me. Cheers all, I'll catch you later.